It's time for the stupidest name ever. It's the Tittle Tattle with Kickoff Kevin.
Is Aaron Rodgers going on a 4-day darkness retreat the most Aaron Rodgers thing you've ever heard?
I love it. It is the most Aaron Rodgers thing I've ever heard. It's more than any other Aaron Rodgers thing I've ever heard. Of all the Aaron Rodgers things, a darkness retreat. He goes in a room. He shuts the door. It's dark. There's a little sliding thing where they slide the food through like prison. It's basically solitary confinement.
That's
where he does
it.
nothing but they do. They have light in solitaire.
They do?
Yeah.
Like the hole?
Yeah, sometimes.
But see, this is punishment in prison. Why is he trying to do this? Like
What I believe he's doing is simplifying everything to focus. You eliminate all of any external communication, any external noise, nuisance. It's not there. It cannot affect you.
Bro, you can do that with light on. Like, you don't have to be in darkness.
I hear
like
you.
solitary confinement, like someone who's killed someone in prison.
But what about I agree, because I think it's awesome that he's doing it. I would never do it. I love it. I can't get enough Aaron Rodgers, even though I would never want to hang out with him. But
did you not talk to him in Pebble?
Quickly, briefly. Did not. He was one of the only people that I did not spend time with. There was only one person there that was rude. It wasn't Aaron Rodgers. But Aaron got there later, and then I just feel like he was smart enough to not be around everybody all the time, because once media or people that weren't playing were allowed in, I just feel like people would have been up on him going, hey, what you going to do, man? You going to play? What you going to do? You going to take a picture? Let's record. I get why he wasn't readily available for hang. I think he maybe would have been if it wasn't, hey, I'm about to retire or not, because that's all anybody asks him. So I think that the 4 days of darkness is awesome.
This guy.
I like it when people do silent like retreats. They go like a week and they don't say anything.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's all that. It's all eliminating even things that you're doing to focus on what you should be thinking or how you should be living. And Aaron Rodgers, he is consistent. That's the one thing you can say about him. I don't care what kind of person you are. Like, if I ain't dealing with you, don't hurt animals, be good to kids. But people ask me a lot, like, when you deal with celebrities, is this person nice? Is this person not nice? Is this athlete? And I say, I don't really care about nice or not nice. I only care about consistency. Because if I know they're either super nice or they're nice but kind of shy, an example would be Carrie Underwood. Carrie's nice, but Carrie is pretty quiet and shy until you can really make her feel comfortable, because I think she's under a spotlight everywhere she goes, and she naturally is just not the person that's going to walk into a room and take over the room. But I know her enough now, and she is consistently shy and quiet. But I know now I can go in and she's consistent. I don't need her to be life of the party. I just need to consistently know who she is, so that way I can communicate with her. There are some, we'll just say celebrities, that I don't really like that much, but I can do pretty good with them on the air because they're consistent. And I know exactly how we can talk and make something that is fun for the listener to hear. It's compelling, and we're not gonna be friends anyway. This is not friendship world. Sometimes it is, but Aaron Rodgers is consistent, and I like that. He's consistent as he's weird af, and let's go. I like it. I hope he comes back and plays again. I do. I like the drama with him.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't?
No, I do. I was just gonna say totally separate subject here, but I don't think he'll retire the same year that Tom Brady retires.
I agree, because the Hall of Fame would be all about Tom Brady.
Exactly. Yes. And he does not want that.
That's a great point that I did not think about.
Yeah.
So kudos to you. And that's absolutely accurate. Unless he's so Aaron Rodgers.
There's that.
So I like it. I hope he comes back, and I don't think he'll play for Green Bay if he does come back.
Agreed.
But there's just some money moving that's got to happen, some strategic money moving because they owe him a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
Well, speaking of Tom Brady, Tom had Bill Belichick on his podcast this week, and he said that the Brady versus Belichick narrative in New England, completely false. Do you believe him?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, just with how humans, any of us, we all have our different versions of our relationships through the years over time, and there are probably times when we have gotten along great, gotten along good. Now, they spent a lot of time together. So over the course of that, human nature is you're just not going to get along with some people. You're not going to get along with your wife sometimes. much less your coach who may have different philosophical decisions that your career is based off of. Like he's telling you what you need to do based on your career, but it also affects his. So do I think they ever had times where it wasn't? Yes. Do I think there was really this? No, I don't. But did they ever not get along? Of course. There have been times Eddie and I have gotten along. It's a bad 15 minutes of my life.
We've had
but
some
you know
fights.
what? Yeah. It's a solid quarter hour of sadness.
It's mostly because I was late to
Yeah, and I
something.
was like, dude, let's go. We were in New Orleans. Like, just drive off without him.
You always bring up New Orleans.
Yeah, because we left. Eddie did not come out of the hotel.
Here we go.
We had a Southwest flight that was ready to go. We were not close to the airport. And I said, Eddie, if you're not here on time, we're leaving. We will leave you in New Orleans. He was not there. We took off.
Boys, we hit bourbon hard the night before.
We left. So I don't believe that that was a constant part of their relationship or something that the Patriots were trying to hide. By the way, I saw Robert Kraft on the red carpet at the Grammys.
Oh, that's cool.
What?
Sure did. I forgot to tell you guys. I didn't really say or talk with him. I just said hi as he walked by. But
Did he say hi back?
yeah, he nodded his head.
Love it.
Did he say he would let us come to the owner's box next year with 25 whistles next year?
I did get
The
that
sequel?
in.
Awesome. Yeah. Say, I know Jerry.
But we probably do that next year. Like find another one and just say Jerry let us.
Yeah.
That's everything.
I mean,
we
really,
did.
that's it.
Jerry said yes.
It's all precedent based. Everything is Supreme Court decisions.
Absolutely.
Precedent based. I don't think it was Brady versus Belichick as a constant me versus him struggle in the locker room. I do think they probably had issues at times, but it's human nature. All right, go ahead.
Do you think Russell Wilson will buy into Sean Payton's new culture, saying that he will not allow Russell to have his coaches and people in his building?
I think he has to. I think if Russ would have played better this season, he could have not bought in a little more. I think if Russ plays awesome next year, he could not buy in a little more. I think your leverage comes from your value. His value, not the same as what he's getting paid. His value, not great right now. I do think he'll have a pretty good year next year. I do believe that he can still be a good quarterback. I think he'd be a top 15 quarterback. I mean, the Hackett year, not full year, the Hackett situation wasn't good for a lot of folks. It wasn't just Russ. There were a lot of time management. There were a lot of consistent issues with that Denver offense. But yes, Russ played terrible. Also, Russ was injured. And I don't want to stick up for him because he's a douche. But, or at least it
That's
seems
right.
like that. It seems
That's
like that.
right.
It seems like that because then that started to get highlighted, all the weird things he does. Where you're like, I wouldn't want to hang out with that guy. But I think he will have to buy in. But the more success you get, the more leverage you have where you're working. On this job, when this show is killing it and my contract comes up, which happened a few years ago, my contract's coming up now. It is a situation that we worked through. I was able to ask for things in my last deal that I wasn't able to ask the deal before because the show had grown to new levels. Now, if that were the case and it hadn't, we'd regressed or we were the same or I can't. It's just all about right place, right time. Is that the right value? I got a parking spot here in this garage. I'm basically the only one.
You are the only one.
Yeah. And you know what? I didn't feel bad about it because it was the one spot I had in that negotiation to ask for whatever. And they said no to a lot of stuff. And I was just throwing crap at the wall. I was like, and I'll take the parking spot, the best one right there. And they were like, okay, will this close the deal? And I was already ready to close the deal fight. But I was like, it sure will. And so but I think Russ can get that parking spot with another solid to pretty good year. And then all of a sudden, some of the culture starts to be relaxed because the rest of the culture is great. I think Sean Payton's got to come in and reset that place and not give anybody the idea that you're better than the others.
You think Sean Payton took the job because he saw hope in Russell Wilson or just because he wants to just get back in it?
Both. I think there is hope in Russell Wilson, as weird as it is to say. And I wouldn't say I've been hard on him. We made fun of him because he's an easy target. I'm an easy target. I get it. People make fun of me. He's an easy target. It's fun. But he's also, he won a Super Bowl. So he's also not 100. He should be fine. And I think there is some hope there. And Sean Payton's an offensive mastermind.
Yeah.
He did it with another short quarterback.
Yeah, Drew Brees.
Exactly. And that's all that matters, how short you are.
That's everything.
The weird thing about Denver, though, the owners, and that it's the Walmart people.
That's right.
And they've never done this before. And, you just hear stories or you read stories or you like ownership allow you to be the team, that the coach. Maybe you have a little general manager, and you like them to own, and you like there to be a fine line, especially if that's, and maybe that was some of the agreed upon, or maybe he just needed money. I don't know, but I think he really wanted to coach. He'd been out a while, and he didn't leave disgraced or anything. He left good. Adam's your mic work?
Yes.
Okay, good. Just making sure. I saw Adam's mouth move, but I didn't hear anything. I was like, "Oh no, I'm short circuiting." All right, go ahead. Next one.
All right, going to the Super Bowl now. Would a win this Sunday mean more to Jalen Hurts' story and career or Patrick Mahomes'?
Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes has the ability, and you guys can whistle me, blow me out if you want.
I'm good.
Patrick Mahomes, he wins the Super Bowl. He's in the conversation to be in the conversation for the next GOAT. Now, remember, GOAT doesn't mean what it used to mean. GOAT used to just mean simply the greatest of all time. There's only one. But it's not. Now, GOAT means you're just really, really good, one of the best right now. People put GOAT up on my Instagrams. I'll post something to be like GOAT.
Then we got to take that all time out, though.
I know, yes. But
Because that all time means all time.
You're right, but
Really
I'm
GOAT.
saying that change, to say GOAT,
So should it be like GORT?
Gort.
Gorn.
Yeah, Gort.
Greatest of
greatest
right
of
now.
Greatest
now.
of right now.
No, that's
right
Gorn.
time.
Gorn.
First of all,
Gorn.
we should make it as you spell. Learn to spell.
Dang it. Gorn.
Gorn. No, listen, it
Sounds so dumb.
it had the meaning of GOAT and how it's used has shifted a bit. And now the greatest of all time right now, parentheses right now, right? Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the
Yes.
NFL.
Yes.
There are a couple guys that, if they had a couple really good seasons, could take him over. Heck, we were talking about if Burrow had beaten him and won a Super Bowl, and if you're already talking about somebody up in that mix, it's close. That race is close. If Mahomes wins this, he's the next GOAT. He has the next opportunity to be the next GOAT. He has the next opportunity to be the next best player of the generation. And he's already in the lead right now, and he's got a two pace car lead, 2 paces. But if he wins this, it's massive. I mean, he is going to be a generational player, not just somebody who plays as good as anybody in the generation, and there's a difference. If Jalen Hurts wins, it's really cool. It's a great story. Here's a guy who came, lost a starting job in college, stayed as a backup.
Didn't say a word.
Stayed as a backup. Crazy. Stayed. Are you kidding me? Sometimes I want to leave here if Mike messes up the audio level, and he wanted to stay even as he was a backup. And people just kept talking about what a leader he was, what a great guy he was. Transfers to Oklahoma. Crushes it.
Yeah. Balls
Doesn't even play at the level in college that he's playing at now. Has become a better quarterback. Is more elite at his skill set in the NFL than he was in college against better people. So I do think both stories are really cool, but I think with Patrick Mahomes, this is a generational player, and to be that generational player, you got to do a couple generational things, and he'll probably need to win like 4 or 5 Super Bowls.
Mahomes, yeah.
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 Anybody want to disagree? You can.
Yeah.
Have at it. All right. Go
I'm
ahead.
going to say I agree with all that, but at the same time, Patrick Mahomes is the next GOAT. He's going to be here again.
You can't just win 1 Super Bowl, though, and you don't know that.
He's been, 5 straight AFC championships. I
Yeah,
think
how many Super Bowls he won?
He's going to make it to 1.
Yeah.
But
What?
he's going to be back here again, and I don't know if Jalen Hurts will. And I think if Jalen Hurts wins this, then you're like, wow, remember Jalen Hurts? That great story, this and that. But if he loses, you'd be like, remember when Jalen Hurts almost won the Super Bowl? Remember when Jalen Hurts almost had the great story?
There's validity to what you're saying. I just think Patrick Mahomes needs to win 4 or 5, and it's really going to be really hard to do with Burrow, with Josh Allen, with the crop of new young quarterbacks. It's going to be hard to win 4 or 5, much less 7.
Yeah.
And if he can do it on a bad ankle. Here's the thing. Let's say he plays this game, and his ankle's not hurting. Just follow me here. I'm going to create a little fictional tale.
Okay.
Let's say he goes out. He's having a day. His ankle's feeling actually pretty good. They've rehabbed it.
In 2 weeks.
He's loving life, actually. He's actually working harder on that ankle than he's ever worked before. Putting extra pressure on it just to see.
He's hopping on
Yeah.
one leg.
And so, about the 4th quarter, 2 or 3 minutes left, when Kansas City has it in hand, if it were me, I'd start limping.
Oh. To make people feel like, wow, what
Yes.
a trooper.
Like an
I'd be-
MJ flu
This
game.
flu game,
I'd be
exactly.
dragging
That's
my
so
ankle.
you.
I'd be dragging that ankle.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I would have shot some footage before the game of how bad my ankle was, even though it wasn't, to put out afterward and then giving it to somebody. I'd have been limping around. Hey, Eddie, film me limping around the locker room. And then if we would have won, I'd say, okay, Eddie, take this, get this over to this person, have them slide it out. That's how generational play. But again, that's how the great stories are people overcoming great things.
The bloody sock.
That's
Kurt
right.
Schilling.
Kurt Schilling, bloody sock. You know what happened? A pimple popped. But you know what they told us? Yeah, that's what's up.
We need to send this to his PR people.
We love stories. I say that we love narratives. We love stories. We follow stories. We watch movies. We watch TV shows, Netflix. That's all sports is too.
That's
it
true.
really is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my ankle hurts right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why wait till the fourth quarter? Why not just
Because you can't then, because it may actually affect your playing.
no, like
and
after
also-
after you make the touchdown, after you throw the touchdown pass.
I hear you, but then when you're not doing it again
They
next
catch
series,
you?
yeah, it's like you got to keep up with it.
Oh.
And that's why, honestly, and I've said this before, I don't think I'm this guy who's above embellishing or lying for entertainment. But my problem is between the radio show, hours a day, this thing, the Bobbycast, if I lie, I can't remember it. Therefore, I try my hardest not to embellish or lie because I won't remember it. I'll be somewhere and they'll ask me a question. And if I lied, I don't know. So I just always have to go back to what kind of really happened. And so I would forget the ankle. I'd start hobbling on it in the first quarter, forget about it. And then they'd have all this footage of me running around all like a deer.
You'd be all over TikTok. Be like,
Yeah.
see, there's a guy being like, yeah, see, look at him. He's not hopping there.
Exactly.
But he was hopping there. Sus.
This game's going to be fun. This game's going to be fun.
Consistency.
Yeah, consistency.
Consistency.
Always be consistent at having your story ready. All right, go ahead.
Do you think the Super Bowl experience of Reed and Mahomes will give them the upper hand on Sunday?
Yeah. I would imagine going into a Super Bowl and the 2 weeks prior and the media and the questions and the media days and the city and yeah, that's awesome. I mean, that's fun. That's big eyes. And yeah, sure, you try to focus as much as you can, but this is not something that's common. But I would say it's not even Super Bowl. Let's say your first NCAA tournament. Let's say anytime you do something for the first time, there are different parts of you that are so excited and you can be as professional as possible, but it's still super cool and it's not normal. And you want to be in the most normal baseline spot ever to make the decisions that you can make while playing the game because it's all muscle memory. You want to get it back to muscle memory. You want to get it back to things happening naturally.
Yeah.
What's not natural is a new environment that's super exciting. It'll be awesome. So yes, will it help? Yeah, because they've been there. They know what to expect. They know the half-hour halftime, which usually or 40 minutes, and usually it's half of that. And your whole career, you've done half, and it's like, your body's ready. You go down, you get Gatorade, you have your orange slice. You talk about the pizza party after the game, and then you go back out. But yes, it will help. And I don't know. Let me look at the line now. Somebody, will you pull that up? Somebody. But I'm still on the Chiefs. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think it's changed. Last one. In honor of the Super Bowl, what is your go-to Super Bowl snack?
That's tough because I don't have a go-to. I love chicken wings.
Yeah.
Like, love them.
Yeah, me too, man.
God, I love them.
You regular buffalo or you like lemon pepper, teriyaki?
I like to mix it up. No, not teriyaki. Teriyaki's too Asian for me.
Barbecue sauce?
Like, I don't like my chicken wings to be. I like my Chinese food Asian.
Sure.
I like my sushi. My chicken wings, though, not teriyaki, not for me. I like them kind of hot, but not so hot.
So medium buffalo.
Yeah, and then I like the blue cheese and I like the ranch. And sometimes I don't like to know which one's which, and it surprised me.
Okay.
Order like 24 wings, 4 different sets of 6, put them in a bowl, mix them. And so then I don't even know then. There's a little bit of each on each. And then surprise me with the white,
Mm-hmm.
But probably chicken wings. Eddie?
Oh, man. I like, of course, chicken wings, but I like Ruffles and ranch dip. But this is like where you go to the salad dressing aisle and you get the powder ranch. And then you get a pint of sour cream.
Dang.
Put that powder in there.
Walter
mix
White
it
over
up.
here. God dang, dude.
I know.
Yeah,
right?
you're in a Winnebago. And then you
Golly.
dip that Ruffle. It's delicious.
That sounds almost as good as meth. Wow.
It's methed up.
Kevin?
Chips and salsa, chips and guac, either one is good with me. You cannot go wrong with that.
Adam?
Absurd amount of guacamole. I like to smoke
Whoa, buddy.
smoke pork butt. Do a smoked pork butt, smoke some chickens, and have a big hang at the house. I like to smoke meats.
Got it.
There
Got
you
it,
go.
got it.
There you go. It is the Eagles -1.5 still.
So, all right. Hey, load up on the Chiefs.
Okay.
Fill your pockets with smiles.
You're right though about this whole like experience thing because I was watching the Bledsoe Tom Brady. It was like 30 for 30, I think, And Brady comes out talking about when it was his first Super Bowl, when he had to take over for Bledsoe. And he said he didn't realize how nervous he was going to be leading up those 2 weeks leading up to the Super Bowl. I mean, that's a big deal for Jalen and the Eagles.
I mean, my second book is called Fail Until You Don't. A big part of it is just getting in there and starting, because it's probably going to work out right the first time. But God, you learn so much through just being there. Mm-hmm. So when the second time you do get in the mix, you're like, oh, I already know what's going to happen here, like at least how it's going to feel. Now I just got to work on me. Because when I hit those golf balls on TV, I never done. My heart was beating fast, just so fast. And if I did it again, I think it'd be a little easier for me. Yeah. I know the cameras were on and the people were yelling. Somebody yelled, "Jake from State Farm." It was a whole thing. I was humiliated. All right, tittle tattle, Mike. That's it.